Okay, Bhute, yes. Good morning, all. Good morning. Yes. We will move. Yesterday, I said try to do this one, okay? This is actually regarding to MS Access, that filtering here regarding databases. Why that the reason the relational databases are necessary and what is the data redundancy. And finally, that related things that regarding to the what filtering. Okay, we will do these things with the practicals on Tuesday evening. Okay, is it fine? Yes. Mostly we will take a extra class on the Tuesday evening, and we will discuss this all. Okay, surely. So, as I tell yesterday, shall we move for the new lesson today? Yes, this is important. Shall we move? Okay, just write big data and its applications. Right topic, big data and its application. Big data and its applications. Okay, you should be know what are the big data. Big is not related to size here. Okay, this is a term that used for the that important of data. That's called a big data and its application. What are things that can be used for big data? Okay, big data and its application. Okay, right? Big data and its application. We'll discuss. Okay, I scroll. Yes. First of all, you should be know the concept of the big data. It's gaining a strong presence in the world today. Okay, within the software engineers and what data science within the data science and lot of things that within the prediction of future what informatics and all things that related to the big data. So concept of the big data gaining a strong presence in the modern world. Okay, so think about the amount of data stored in your phone. Just think what are data is. It can be have such as what pictures, there are have videos, emails, and social media apps. So you have to realize that your phone deal with a lot of data. So there are over 6 million smartphone devices in the world. So you can imagine how much data generated daily by these devices. There can be a lot of devices. All of devices are what generated lot of what data. Okay, if you think about iPhone, how many iPhone around the world? All the iPhone generate what? There are you have to create what iCloud did not done. There are generate huge amount of data if you consider a certain day. So big data refers huge volumes of complex data generated with the different sources. So the volume of data is huge that by themselves traditional method of the processing of the indicate. So the concept of the big data gaining is strong present in the world today. Actually, this big data refers the huge volume of the complex generate data from the different sources. So the volume of this data is so huge. By themselves, traditional method of the processing data may be inadequate. inadequate. Okay, may be not get. Okay, can you write down this underlined part, please? Write it. Okay, write down it. Firstly, write this one. Okay, so big data, it refers the huge volume of complex data that generate from different sources. So the volume of this data is so huge by themselves that traditional method of the processing data is inadequate. Okay, so we can write like that. It is generated with the traditional methods. Okay, yes. I'll move. Yes. So that's the meaning of the big data that you want to write. Okay, I believe you are writing this. Yes. Okay, so therefore, there are having several amount of big data. So use of the search engine find answer the following question. Okay, just searching them. How many photos are posted every minute of the internet? If you are searching that one, just search how many photos. How many photos? We are just search that one. If I go in for the Google, we are just type how many photos posted in every minute in internet. Okay, where I did just answer the question I asked you. Okay, Joseph. So look at it. So each and every minute, normally there are posted 20,250 new photos upload. What? To we call it thumb alone a minute. There are, if you consider all this, we translate, there should be have what? Other source report, they are having 450 photos shared every second. Every second they are having 450, which that translate to what? 200,000, 43, 243,000, what? Photos per minute. So like that one, there are what? There are also huge amount of data when you consider. Okay, so you just search in these things later on. Okay, I want to tell there are transferring what huge amount of data when you consider as previously tell there are transfer what huge amount of data. So there should be have some procedure how it may be transferred to internet. Okay, so that's the thing we have to tell. Okay, so that's the thing that we have the consider with the big data. So big data have these kind of characteristics. Okay, okay, write down there next subtopic characteristics of the big data. So big data what has characteristics that make different from ordinary data. Big data should be have not like ordinary data. There should be have what some characteristics. What are they? If you consider first one, what is volume? That means volume refers to the fact that big data deals with huge amount of data. Okay. Now the example we just discussed. Look at here, the volume, it can be refers to what? Fact. Fact of that big data deals with the huge amount of data. Okay. So example that maybe have hospital and something like clinics. They are generate a lot of data through the patient record with the test result in the every day around the world they are having a lot of patients with them they are transferring a lot of data. Okay, so volume it refers to the fact that big data deals with the huge amount of data. And the second thing is variety. Variety refers to the fact that this data comes from the various sources. Okay, variety it should be refers to the fact that this data comes from various sources. Okay, okay, that this data come from the various sources like what videos, audio files, emails, images, and more. Okay, for example, in the hospital, the data come from the spreadsheets. Sometimes they are not taking the images, something like X-ray, and they are having scan of MRI and other lot of diagnosis. Okay, so they are having what huge variety with them. Okay, can you write down? First of all, write them. What is the characteristic of the big data? Big data has characteristics that mean big difference from the ordinary data. So they are having characteristics like volume, variety, velocity. We did discuss that. Okay, first of all, write these two. Underline part always. Write it. Yes, write down. Okay, so they are having a huge amount of volume that should be have variety. And the next third one is velocity. Velocity in science, velocity is equal for distance over time. Like that, here consider what actually the speed. Okay, velocity, not at a vector. It should be have a speed. They mean that one. So velocity means speed that data generate extremely fast. So a million of people contribute to generate a huge volume of data every second. So velocity, there are immediate here, the data generate extremely fast. That million of people contribute to generate huge amount of data every second. For example, during the COVID-19 pandemic, million of people tested virus, which generated vast amount of data short time like that. So meaning of big data, they are having character, the velocity that the data generate extremely fast. Million of people contribute to generate a huge volume of the data every second. Okay, can you please write down that part was underline part? Please quickly. Yes, write it. Write down. That's about the velocity. So they are having this kind of characteristics, something volume, variety, velocity. I think you already wrote these things. And next to the variety. Variety means they are having Trustworthy should be trustworthy and accurate. You must be what? Reliable method collected to process data. So data, what? Inconsistencies must be what? Eliminate before the data used for the important processing. So the variety actually that inconsistencies should be what become the climax that culminated before the data used for the important process. So they are having some variety. And finally, as should be, they are having a value, making sense the data generate so people can be but benefit from it. For they are having a quick and true analysis of the test sample, hospital allows patients access better treatment and the health. Yeah. Yes. So previous data of the what patients, it should be important for the for future what informatic that what people healthcare. Yes, like that one there are should be have huge variety as well as huge value. Okay, can you write please that too? These are the what characteristics of the big data. Yes, write it. Okay, yes. So this kind of they are having some characteristics of the uh, main characteristics actually with the big data. What are they? Should be have a huge volume. That report big data will be a huge amount of data, and they are having variety. Variety means there are refers to fact that data comes from the variety sources, something like videos, audio file, email, images, or more. And velocity. Velocity means should be have a proper speed, good speed, and variety. Sorry, uh, veracity. Veracity means actually what must be trustworthy and accurate. It should be trustworthy and accurate. And value. Value means making sense of the data that generate so that people can be believed of that. Okay, so that are the main thing characters that can be seen on. And next thing, the applications of the big data. Okay, I think you had some idea right now regarding big data. Okay, so in modern way, there are big data used for what? Many fields. So almost every industry generate and process huge amount of data. If there are generate and process huge amount of data, they have to use big data. Yes. So retail shops like Amazon, eBay handle huge volumes of the transaction data, customer data, browsing, shopping, historics, order tracking information, much more. So there are many other areas where big data use, including what? The transport, something like insurance, entertainment and media, healthcare, yes, yes, government and their agencies, education, banking and finance, and technology. It's a every area you have. There should be following up with the big data. Actually, big data use in many area today. Almost every industry that generate and process huge amount of data. That generate and process huge amount of data. The retail shops are like Amazon, eBay handle huge volume of the one transaction data. Something like customer data, browsing and shopping, historics, order tracking information, and much more. So they are having many other area where big data are used, including transport, insurance, entertainment and media, healthcare. Yes, with the government and their agencies, education, banking and finance, and the technology. Each and every area, there should be following a lot of data within considerable time. So that calling they have to use big data in all of them. Can you please write down these things? Okay, this underline part. They are having much. I give time. Okay, doesn't matter. Take time. Can you please write down? I give some time for you. Okay, this underline part. Actually, these are all things. So that's the main thing that regarding to applications of the big data. That applications of the big data. Yes. Write down, please. Yes, write down this one. Yes. So big data can be used for the several area like transport, insurance, entertainment and media, healthcare, government and their agencies, education, banking and finance, and technology like that. Yeah, I think you wrote they are having big data used for the many areas, almost every industry, and process huge amount of data. So, like as previously told, like in AliExpress, Amazon, eBay handle huge volume of what transaction data. So, customer data, it can be browsing, shopping, uh, stories, order tracking information, much more. So, there are having many areas, including something like transport, insurance, entertainment and media, healthcare, government as their agencies, education, banking and finance, and technology. All of them are but mostly used big data right now. Okay, so like that, they can be used for the several things. So they are having activity for you. So here, organize that Sophia is organizing group of the presentation about big data at the school. So she would like to you to contribute by what creative presentation about the area application where big data used. So suggested area and industry big data use. You can suggest something like retail marketing, something like e-commerce platform like AliExpress, eBay, like that. Explain how data generated and used of the area. How? What are the things that data should be generated? What are the areas? Okay. And things. Find images and other illustrators that can be make your presentation more meaningful. So, for example, you can mention what are the countries that can be following up and other things. And videos are wonderful way to what summarize the introduction. So, if you wanted to generate video, at last it can be summarized like that. Okay, so I think you got idea about big data. So they are having questions with you as a revision. Okay, we will discuss them on the next day. All they are having revision questions, and after that one, that finish of the your lesson here. Okay, they are having some time. Okay, yes. So at last, we discussed about big data. It can be used for the several applications. Okay, yes, and okay. So this kind of question can be asking for the exam. So you have to check your progress by these things. Okay. What are the questions? They can be model are used many applications, simulate and real. Okay. I said they are having model and the simulators. Did you remember? Okay. They are asking about that first. Explain two benefit of using model. Represent the real systems. Okay. What are the things that can be used for the model? Use and the models. Okay. Explain one challenge that may be associated with the using models to represent real system. You can explain one challenge with the models. And that is spreadsheets here like that. They are asking what will be the output prices following formula statement. Okay, max. You can find the maximum value that considered in the area. Mean you can find the minimum value that considered in the area. Count count if there are count function, there are count how many values, but count if b2 to b7 that greater than 1, they are counting how many values that in this range greater than 1. Okay, like that one you can recap your memory here. Okay, and the test result thing they are asking what, and there are given database practical. Okay, we will do that practical on next day, actually on Tuesday. Okay, so I think you got, you can start right now. They are having some time. Yes, I think it's better to start right now because you haven't any homework after that one. Okay, can you try to start right now these questions? Okay, I think you can have some time. You can do this question after finishing this period. Okay, yes. So I will write down right now. Okay, but there has some time you can do these questions. Okay, so I will write out the session for today. We will discuss other thing on the next day. Okay, so I'll write out. See you on the next day. Okay, they see you. We will discuss with the practical and other thing. Okay, try to do this exercise right now. Okay, okay, but good morning. All see you next day.